Hello everyone. How are you all? Good evening, everyone. So just confirm in the chat section if my voice is clear to you and also my video is clearly visible to you. Let me know in the chat section, everyone. Hello everyone. Good evening. Okay. Okay. So everyone saying everything is clear, and I want confirmation from the YouTube audiences as well. And one thing more, I have again enabled a setting in which all your messages are only going to be delivered to me. You won't be able to read out each other's messages, right? Okay, so everyone is saying everything is clear. Very nice. Okay, very nice. So let's start today's class, and let me share the PPT with you. Then we are going to move ahead with our class, right? So yeah, so we have the third class today in our live crash course series, isn't it? And we have till now already covered two classes. And what we have done so far in the first class, what we did, we covered the basics of accounting, isn't it? And we covered and we covered the terms in accountancy, and we also covered the principles, right? Principles of the accounting. In the second class, what we did, we talked about the journal entry. We talked about in detail how to record the transactions, isn't it? So you remember everything now, everyone? Okay, good evening, good evening. So today we are going to start with the trial balance class. Okay? And before doing so, let me just briefly give you introduction about the crash course we are having right now. And for this crash course, we are having the third class today, and this is also going to be live streamed in the YouTube as well. So just briefly give me, I will briefly give you the introduction of this live crash course through the website, right? So let me go to the website now. So this is the course we are having right now, and you are watching it in the Zoom as well, and we are also live streaming it for the YouTube audiences as well. But this is the last class I am going to provide for free. After this class, after the third class, whatever we are going to do from the fourth class onward, it is only going to be provided to enrolled students in the Zoom meeting, right? Everyone is clear about this. So what are you going to get in this particular crash course? First of all, you are going to learn all the concepts. Then you are going to evaluate yourself through the solved PYQs and through the chapter wise mock test, current affair mock test, and the full length mock test as well. And you can also connect with us for the mentor talks and through the discussion forum to ask your query or doubt, right? You can also raise the support ticket, or you can also have the strategy call with the super mentors or the mentors, right? So what is the schedule? Let me just briefly show you what is the schedule of our live crash course. So as we have discussed that we have already done first first class of the commerce and accountancy on our 26th March. That is, we discussed about the basics of accountancy, that is introduction to accounting and the theory base of accounting. Then in the second class, that is on 27th March, what we did recording transaction, isn't it? Now in this particular class, we are going to discuss about the trial balance and the types of error. And tomorrow, what we are going to do, we are going to cover income statement and balance sheet, right? So whoever is watching this class on the YouTube, I want to tell those students, if you haven't enrolled it yet for this crash course, you should be doing so, because after this class, you are not going to have any free live classes in the form of crash course, right? Okay, so I have given you brief introduction about the crash course we are having right now. Let's move ahead with the class itself without delaying anything further, right? Chalo. So what we are going to do in today's class, we are going to discuss about the trial balance and the accounting errors. So this is going to be very important class now. Why I'm saying so? See, in the first class, what we discussed about the basics. Then in the second class, we understood about the journal entries, isn't it? So after the journal entries, what we discussed, we post those entries to the ledger account. You know this thing. After preparing the ledger account, what we do? We post the balances from the ledger account to the trial balance. And from this trial balance, you are going to prepare your income statement, that is your profit and loss statement and your balance sheet. So this becomes very important. This becomes a connecting point between the financial statements and the journal and ledger, right? So this is going to be a flow of discussion in today's class. First of all, we are going to discuss what meaning and the okay, someone is saying not visible. So everything is clear now. Everything is clear now. Please confirm in the chat section. Okay. Okay. All clear. So first of all, what we are going to do, we are going to discuss about the trial balance, why it is used and why it is necessary, what is the meaning and the format of trial balance, right? Then we are going to discuss about the methods of preparation of the trial balance, how you are going to make your trial balance. Then we are going to discuss about the types of error. Then how you are going to rectify those error, we are going to discuss that as well, right? Then what is the impact of these errors and how you are going to rectify it. For the compensating error, compensating errors are those errors which are not going to impact the trial balance, and there are non-compensating errors as well which are going to impact the trial balance. How do we rectify them? We are going to study that as well. Then we are going to discuss few important MCQs as well, right? But before getting ahead in the class, let's revise what we have discussed in the previous classes. I'm going to pose few questions to you and you all must be ready to answer me these questions, right? So I want to check how attentive you were in the previous classes, right? So tell me, from the journal entry itself, I'm going to ask or pose few questions. Tell me if in the company, if in the company assets are increasing, if in the company assets are increasing and we are the accountants of the company, what we are going to do? Are we going to debit those asset account or are we going to credit those asset account? Tell me in the chat section. I want everyone to answer. Huh? We have done this thing and I want everyone to answer this question. Okay, so I have started to get the answers from everyone. Okay, everyone is correct. We are going to debit the asset account. That's very nice. Okay, next question. Suppose we have contributed the capital in the form of cash, right? So we have increased our capital. What we are going to do with our capital account? Are we going to debit our capital account or are we going to credit our capital account? Let me know the chat section. Everyone. Okay, that's nice. That's nice. Very nice. So everyone is correct. I'm really happy you have revised whatever we have discussed in the previous class. Okay. Next, when we do expenses, what do we do to our expense account? Do we debit it or do we credit it? Everyone, for the expense account, what do we do? Debit. Everyone is correct. Okay, that's good. That's good. So now, see, you don't have to go through all the rules of accounting to identify. Now you, after having good practice, now you instantly know what you need to do, right? And similarly for the incomes, what you need to do? You need to credit the income account. That's very good, right? Chalo. See, I'm basically trying to revise everything for you because this will be useful in this particular class while you are preparing the trial balance. Now all these concepts will be used. So it is basically connecting the ledger and the journal concept to prepare your income statement and the balance sheet. This is the building, this is the bridge that is going to connect these two things, right? Okay. So first of all, let's start the class with the double entry accounting system. So as we all know, in the double entry accounting system, all debits must be equal to all the credits. We all know this thing and we have already discussed this thing in the previous classes, right? But let's suppose there is any error. There is any error while making the journal entries or while posting those entries to the ledger account. Let's suppose there is an error. How you are going to identify it? So trial balance basically helps us in identifying some of these errors, not all. Why I'm saying trial balance can't detect all of the errors, you will get to know after a few slides. Don't worry about that. So trial balance is basically a verifying tool that checks checks the correctness of debit and credit amounts. So we all know debit should be equal to credit total of debit should be equal to total of credit, and we are going to see this thing through the trial balance if they are matching or not. If they are not matching, that means there has been some error. So trial balance acts as a tool to check the accuracy of the ledger and the journal accounts. Is it clear? Easy enough, right? So after journal, what we do, we post it to the respective accounts in the ledger, and after this thing, whatever balance we have in the ledger, what we do from these balance, we post those balance to the trial balance, and we try to match debit with the credit with all the balances of individual accounts. Now let me ask you a few more questions of the previous class. Okay, and what is that question? Tell me which accounts, in which type of account we are which type of account we are going to close down at the end of the accounting year, and and which are the accounts which we are going to carry forward to the next year. I'll give you an option as well. So the options we have is, for the question, which accounts we are going to carry forward to the next year. Okay, asset, liability, expense, income, and the capital. So what is the correct answer here? Which accounts we are going to carry forward to our next year, and which accounts we are going to close down during this particular year itself? Tell me in the chat section, everyone. I have discussed this thing with all of you in the previous class, huh? Okay, so I have started to get the answers. Okay, so people are saying, the students are saying, we are going to close down income and expense account. Very good. And we are going to carry forward asset, liability, and the capital. That's very nice. Very nice. Everyone is correct here. Really nice to see this. Okay. So I got this thing ki, you were attentive in the previous classes as well, right? That's very good. Okay. So this is also going to be useful, huh? While preparing the balance sheet. So that's why I'm making you revise all these things through posing these questions to you, right? Okay, that's very good. So this is the format of trial balance. See how this is going to be prepared. We have the account titles, right? Suppose we have salary. So you are going to write here salary, right? Then you have cash account. You are going to write cash account. Then you have suppose machinery account. Then you are going to write machinery account. Ledger folio, all of you know what is the page number of ledger in which this account is getting prepared, right? Now we have the debit balance in next column. Then we have the credit balance in the next column. Now the question which I have posed to you in the previous slide is going to be now relevant. See what I have told you. We have to only write the balances of these accounts in the trial balance, isn't it? Right? Now see, we have the capital account, and I have told you that when we increase the capital account in the previous class, when we increase the capital account, it gets credited, isn't it? So what is going to happen most of the time, or what is going to happen in the capital account? What balance will you have at the end of the year in the capital account? The credit balance. The credit balance. Now, can you connect what we have discussed in the previous class, how it is getting useful here? When we increase the capital, it is going to credit, right? So capital is going to have only credit balance at the end of the year. Now, land and buildings are in the category of asset account, and assets, when assets increases, we debit it. So land and buildings are going to have debit balance. So here you can see the tick sign, the right sign on the debit side. So when you are going to prepare the trial balance, now what you are going to have, the debit balance of land and buildings, right? For the plant and machinery, same, you are going to have debit balance. For equipment, it is also asset, you are going to have debit balance. For the furniture and fixtures, again debit balance. Cash in hand, again asset. Cash at bank, asset. So all the assets is going to show you debit balance at the end of financial year, isn't it? So debtors, again asset, bill receivable asset, stock of raw material asset, finished goods asset. Now tell me, now tell me why purchases, why purchases at the end of financial year is written or shown in the debit side. Tell me why purchases is in the debit side. Tell me in the chat section, everyone. Yeah, it's an expense. Very nice, very nice. You all are very fast, huh? So, I have given you this example as well, na? Salaries, rent we pay. So that's why it is going to be shown in the debit side in the trial balance. Why? We have discussed this thing with the help of accounting equation. Very good. Now tell me, carriage inwards, again expense, carriage outward, again expense. Now here you can see sales, and sales is going to show credit balance because it's an income, right? Sale return. Sales is credit, so sales return is going to be debit balance. Yes. Purchase return, credit. Why? Because purchase is debit, purchase return is going to be credit balance, is going to show you credit balance. Again, interest paid, it is an expense, debit balance. Discount received, discount received, it is an income or expense, income, we are receiving the discount, therefore it will be shown, the balance is going to be shown in the credit balance. Salaries, again expense, debit. Long term loan, liability, credit, again these are liabilities, right? So all this is going to be shown in the credit balance, but except for the drawings. Now let me know in the chat section why we are showing drawing as the debit balance. Now I want to see why we are showing the drawing as debit balance, and do let me know in the chat section what will be the general entry for drawing the cash from the company. Suppose shareholder draws the cash from the company, what is going to be the general entry? Tell me the general entry, everyone. Let me check. Mm, I'm hoping someone to be correct. Yeah, cash account is going to be credited, definitely. Yes, and drawings account is going to be debited, right? So yeah, everyone is correct. Drawing is going to be debited and cash is going to be credited. But why we are showing it as a debit balance? I haven't got the answer of this thing. See what happens now. This is very typical. Listen to me very carefully. Drawing, the shareholder has drawn some money, right? Now, what is going to happen to this drawing? How we are going to close down this drawing? We have the balance sheet, we have the liability, we have the capital in this, right? So at the end of the year, now, what we are going to do? We are going to deduct this drawing amount from the capital amount. So if capital is 1 lakh and drawing is 20,000, we are going to deduct this drawing amount from the capital account, right? And when capital is increased, we credit it. And right now, for when we draw something, capital is decreasing. That's why we are what? We are doing what? We are debiting the drawing. Have you got the logic? Why this drawing is in debit side? Have you got the logic? When we increase the capital, it gets credited. And because of this drawing, your capital is going to decrease. Therefore, what we are doing? We are debiting it. Everyone is clear. This was something typical. That's why I have explained this thing to you separately. Right? Very good. No, Sarish, this is not the contra account, right? Contra account is contra entries are those entries in which cash and bank entries are there, right? Okay. Now, everyone is clear why these debit balance, why these credit balance. We have already talked about this in the previous class as well, and why this is useful to prepare the trial balance. You will get to know uh, after a few slides as well, right? Now, let's try to make journal entries, then we are going to post them to the ledger, and then from the ledger how you are going to post them to the trial balance, you are going to understand this thing, right? Okay, everyone, tell me what will be the answer of first question, that is Ram contributed 100 to the business. What is going to be the journal entry for this? Ram contributed 100 to the business. Tell me. Very easy entry, everyone. Everyone. Good. Everyone is good, right? Everyone is correct. Cash account debit to the capital account. Very nice, very nice. Okay, and why? Because as you all know, credit the capital when it is increasing, and cash is also increasing, so we are debiting it. Very nice. For the second entry, company purchased furniture worth rupees 10. Very easy, you are purchasing the furniture, so asset is furniture, therefore we are debiting it. You are basically paying the cash, so decreasing the cash, you are going to credit it. Everyone is clear. Company purchased goods worth rupees 30. So you are not going to debit the goods account. There is no account which is called goods account. Whenever we purchase the goods na, we call it purchase account. Okay, we call it purchase account. So you are going to debit the purchase account and you are going to credit the cash account. That's nice. Chalo. Fourth entry is company sold goods worth rupees 20. So sales account is an income account. So you are going to credit the sales account, right? And you are receiving the money. Therefore, you are going to debit the cash account. Everyone is clear. Very good. Very good. Chalo. Now, after this, you have to post these entries to the ledger account. Then we are going to learn how to enter these balances to the trial balance, right? Listen to me very carefully. See, we have the cash now. We have the cash. So let's prepare the ledger of cash. Okay? And you are going to revise it with me. Okay. So we have this cash account. We have this cash account, and in the left hand side we have the debit, and on the right hand side we have the credit. First entry says cash account gets debited to the capital account. So into the debit side of the cash account, what we are going to write? We are going to write the credit account, that is going to be created, so capital. And what we are going to write in the amount? 100. Okay, 100. Now second entry, in the second entry, cash is getting credited. Cash is getting credited. Come to the credit side, write furniture and write amount as 10. Absolutely correct. Okay. Now let's come to the third transaction. Purchase account debit to the cash account. Again, come to the credit side and write purchase and amount 30. Everyone is correct. Again, similarly for the fourth transaction, what do we have? On the debit side, we are going to write sale and we are going to write amount as 20. Everyone is clear about this thing. Similarly, we are going to enter the entries of the ledger account of capital, right? Similarly for furniture, similarly for purchase. So you know how to enter these transactions because I have already discussed the cash account with you in detail. Now, the point here is how to make trial balance from these ledger account. Point is that, right? How we are going to do that. So these are your ledger account, right? Now listen to me very carefully here. First of all, before making the trial balance, you have to balance these accounts. And what are the accounts you are going to balance? What are the accounts you are going to balance? Only those accounts which are going to get carried forward to the next year. Listen to me very carefully. Focus here. Whichever accounts are going to be carried forward to the next year, you are going to balance only those accounts, such as your asset, liability, and capital account. So cash account is going to get balanced. Yes, definitely. How? Let me tell you how. See, we have this cash account. Okay? Now we have the debit balance, we have the credit balance. You are going to add your debit balance, that is 120. And you are going to add this 30 plus 10, that is your 40. So which is higher? Debit side is higher. So when your debit side is higher, you are going to balance which is what amount you should include in the credit side. The leftover amount, 120 minus 40 is 80 rupees. So you are going to balance it with writing down 80 rupees balance on the credit side, because this is already higher. This is already 120. So when you are going to write it down 80 here, it becomes also 120. It becomes 120, right? So now both are equal. So that's how you are going to balance the ledger account. And in the ledger account too, you are only going to balance liability, capital, and asset account. Okay, that is clear. So whenever you are going to see this balance carried down in the credit side, that means your debit side is higher. Okay, listen to me very carefully. Whenever you are going to look at the carried down balance on the credit side, so that is signifying that your debit balance is higher. ठीक है, everyone is clear? Okay, Prachi, what you want me to repeat? Prachi, tell me what you want me to repeat. ठीक है, I'm going to repeat it in the capital account. Now let's suppose we have to balance the capital. ठीक है, we have the credit balance of capital as cash 100. We have nothing in the debit side because we haven't drawn anything, isn't it? But we have to balance it now, right? How we are going to do that? Simple mathematics. Credit side is 100, debit side is 0. Where you are going to write balance carried down, on the debit side or credit side? Obviously on the debit side to balance it. So balance carried down 100. So in this case, you are seeing the carried down on the debit side. That means your credit side of the capital is higher. ठीक है, that thing you have got na, everyone? You got na how to balance the account, everyone? Now let's talk about the furniture. Similarly, furniture is an asset account. So just like we did in the capital and cash account, we are going to do for the furniture as well. Now furniture is showing us the debit balance of 10. So where you are going to write balance carried down, obviously on the credit side like this. Now they are balanced. Now this is important. You know how to balance cash account, capital account, furniture account. But now purchase account becomes important. Now see, as you can see here, we are not balancing purchase account. Are we doing it? No. Why aren't we doing it? Tell me in the chat section. Why we are not balancing the purchase account? Tell me. Everyone. If you have listened to me very carefully now, you will be able to answer this question. Why we are not balancing the purchase account? Everyone. Yeah, it is not going to get carried forward and it is a temporary account. Very good. It is an expense account. Very good. Very good, everyone. That's very nice. Okay. So because it is going to be closed down at the end of financial year, by transferring the balance amount to the profit and loss account, it is going to impact your profit and loss account. It is not going to get carried forward to the next year. It is not going to impact your balance sheet. Okay, very nice. Similarly, we have sales. So in the sales, we have credit balance, but we are not balancing it because this is also an income account. So income and expense account, we are not going to balance it, right? They are temporary accounts. We have to close it down by transferring the amount to the PL account, right? Okay. So we have cash account, capital account, furniture, purchase and sale. Now let's understand how to prepare the trial balance from these ledger account. Okay, listen to me very carefully. This method we call this method balance method. So how we are going to do that? First of all, we are going to write all the account titles. What do we have? Titles, account titles, cash account, capital account, furniture account, purchase account, and the sales account. Very nice. This is clear. Now, look at this ledger account very carefully. You have the balance carried down on the credit side of the cash account. Okay? And we have discussed when you see balance carried down on the credit side, that is signifying what? It is signifying that your cash account has a debit balance. When you see balance carried down on the credit side, what does it signify? Your debit balance was more. Your debit balance was more. So you have the debit balance in the cash account, not the credit balance. Okay? We have done this thing in the previous slide. So in the cash account, in the debit side, because carried down is showing in the credit side, na? So we are going to write 80 on the debit side. Okay? Everyone is clear? Don't be confused between this credit and this debit. Huh? If you are looking at the carried down at the credit side, simply you are going to put it value on the debit side because debit side is more by 80. Therefore, you have the debit balance. And वैसे भी I have given a shortcut. Cash is an asset now. So most of the time, what is going to happen? You are going to find cash balance on the debit side only, right? I have given a shortcut as well. But my duty is to make you understand everything. Therefore, I am making you understand with the help of example as well. But you know, cash has the debit balance most of the times, right? Okay. Now capital. Capital, you can see in the debit side, you have carried down. So you are going to write this balance 100 on the credit balance because you have more of credit balance, isn't it? Everyone is clear. Similarly, in the furniture, you have the carried down on the credit side. So that means you have the debit balance. Similarly for the purchases. Now in the purchases, you don't have carried down. You don't have carried down. But you know what happens with the purchases? Purchases are the expense. They are going to get debited. So overall, you have the debit balance of 30. So you're directly going to write 30 on the purchase side. Similarly, for the sale side, you are going to write 20. Everyone is clear. I hope this is very easy, na? This is very easy. Now, what is the work of trial balancer? You might ask me, है ना? So what we have done, we have picked out balances of each ledger account, and we are going to we are putting it into the trial balance, right? Now we have to sum it up. Now we have to sum this balance, debit balance and the credit balance. This is matching. Total of debit is going to get equal to the total of credit balance. So if they are matching, na, that means you have there are chances that you haven't done any mistake while preparing the journal and ledger. This should be equal. This should be equal. But listen to me very carefully now. If they are not equal, ठीक है, there must be any error. ठीक है, because all debit should be equal to all credits. If they are not equal, there must be any error in the accounting. But if they are matching, but listen to me very carefully, but if they are matching, there is no guarantee कि accounts are correct. ठीक है, again I am repeating it. If they are matching, even if they are matching, there are high chances कि accounts are correct, but there is no guarantee कि accounts are correct. ठीक है, and you will get to know why I am saying so in further slides. Don't worry. But the point here is, if they are not matching, definitely there is a mistake in the accounts, right? Okay, this is what we call balance method. ठीक है, this is we have discussed. Now we have some special cases like purchase return, sales return, drawing. I have already discussed the drawing entry with you, isn't it? The drawing account will be debited and cash account will be credited. But what about the sales return and what about the purchase return? Why sales return is getting debited and why purchase return is getting debited? Tell me why we are debiting sales return. I'm going to tell you why. When we sell something, what do? We credit our sales account. We are now getting back our commodities, whatever we have sold earlier. So that is your sales return. So the reverse you are going to do. For sales, you will be doing the credit. For sales return, you will be doing the debit. So sales return is always going to be debited. Again, purchase return for the same reason is going to get credited. ठीक है, everyone is clear about this, right? Okay. Now, what do we have in the methods of preparation of trial balance? We have already discussed about the balances method. We have another method which is called total method, totals method. Now, this total method, what happens now? See, in the balance method, what we did, we used to balance the asset, liability, and capital account, and we used to only write the balances of these accounts to the trial balance, isn't it? But what we are going to do in the total method, we are not going to balance anything, though we are going to balance the ledger account, but we are not going to putting only the balances of ledger account to the trial balance. We are going to put total of the debit and total of the credit of each and every account, like this. See, we have the cash account, and you know the total of debit is 120 and total of this credit side was 40, and below this thing you have written balance carried down of 80. So in the balances method, what you are doing, you are only putting this 80 onto the debit side of cash, isn't it? But in the total method, what you are going to do, you are going to write total of 120 of the debit side of cash to the debit side of this cash account total. So you are going to write total of debit side. You are not going to write the carried forward balance or carried down balance. You are going to write total of debit. Similarly, whatever you have in the total of credit side, that is 40, you are going to directly write it down here. Is it clear? Very easy. Anyone has doubt in this? Okay, no one has any doubt. That's good. Chalo. So similarly for the capital, Your debit is 0, so you are going to put 0 on the debit side. On the credit side we have 100, so you are going to directly write 100 here. ठीक है? Similarly for the furniture, similarly for the purchase, similarly for the sale. So you have to write all of the total of debit and all of the total of credit for each and every account. ठीक है? In the totals method. But generally we use only balance method. But for the knowledge point of view, I am giving you this method as well. ठीक है? So again, this must be balanced, and if they are not balanced, that means there is some error in the accounts, whether it is in the preparation of journal entries, whether it might be while posting the journal entries to the ledger account, it might be anything, right? But there is some error if they are not matching. Okay, now I have told you that balance method is most used method, right? Now let's take a practical question of this thing, right? We have this Rawat's capital account, and look at this carried down here. Where is carried down here? Can you find carried down here? Yes, in the debit side. And we have discussed when we have the carried down balance in the debit side, that means we have more of credit balance. We have more of credit balance. And what is it? 60,000. So in the capital, Rawat's capital on the credit side, we are going to write this 60,000. Easy enough, right? For the Rohan's account, again, look at the carried down balance. Where is the carried down balance? This is the carried down balance, and it is 20,000, right? On the debit side. That is signifying that Rohan's credit balance is more. And how much more it is? 40,000 on the credit side. Rohan accounts, credit side, 20,000. Sorry, not 40,000, 20,000 it is, right? Again, we have the machinery account. Look at where is carried down written. Carried down is here, 17,000. So that means debit side is more of credit side. So on the machinery side, you are going to write 17,000 on the debit side. So now one more thing you might see here, and you might have a look at it. What is this brought down? Tell me. What is this brought down? I have discussed now what is carried down, but what is this brought down? Anyone knows what is this brought down? Anyone? So whatever we are carrying from this year to the next year, when we carry it to the next year, it is called brought down. It is called brought down. Matlab, we are bringing the balance from the previous month, previous quarter, previous year. Therefore, we write brought down. Very nice. Few people have answered me. Yeah, taken from the last year, or we have the previous balance and we have just put it here, right? Put it here in this accounting period or this particular quarter or month. Very nice. Okay, that's good. Chalo. Now we have this Rahul sales and the cash. Similar to the previous example, we can easily do this thing. So I'm going to discuss sales account and the cash account, not the cash account, because cash account is also a asset account. You know, you have to find out the carried down balance. But what about the sales account? So again, you will not find any carried down here. You are not going to find it any carried down balance. So what you need to do, you need to plus the credit side, that is 70,000, and you are going to directly write 70,000 in the credit side. Yes, everyone is clear. Okay. Now, similarly for the wages as well and depreciation as well, purchase account as well, because they are the expense and they are the income account. You are not going to find any carried down balance. You are not going to find any CD here. So you need to directly put the total of debit side in the trial balance, right? And again, as you can see here, both are matching. So we can say for right now, you are not able to identify any error. There is no guarantee if this is matching, there is no guarantee there are no errors. But for right now, you can say you won't be able to identify any errors, right? Okay. So why do we use this trial balance? Why do we use? To check the arithmetical accuracy of the ledger account, because total of debit must be equal to total of credit. So by preparing the trial balance, we check the mathematical accuracy. It also helps in locating errors, right? And this is most important part. That's why I have told you that trial balance is going to be important to prepare the income statement and balance sheet. That's why I have told you in the beginning itself that this class is going to be important to prepare the income statement balance sheet, right? How and why you will get to know. in few slides. Okay, so the next question you might be having is that, does trial balance always catches error? No, it doesn't always catch errors. Let me give you some scenarios. Suppose Ram contributed rupees 100 in cash to the business. So the correct entry should have been cash account debit to capital account, isn't it? But what has accountant has done, he has passed an entry of bank account debit to capital account. Now, instead of debiting the cash account, he has debited the bank account. Now, see here carefully. Even if he has debited the bank account, na, total of debit and total of credit are equal. Suppose this is the only entry we have in the accounting year. Do you find uh, can you find the balances of the debit side and the credit side different in the trial balance? No, because they are matching clearly. So even if they are even if the accountant has done some mistake, trial balance in this case is not able to catch any error, isn't it? Next scenario is that, suppose this is the same entry, but what accountant has done, he has passed the general entry, which is cash account debit to 150 to capital account 150. Now again, both amount are equal. Total of debit is equal to total of credit. You won't be able to catch error just by looking at the trial balance. Just by looking at the total of debit and credit, you won't be able to catch error. So the answer of this question is clearly no. Trial balance doesn't always catch errors, isn't it? Right? Okay. So the answer of this question is no. Mismatches in the trial balance will help us know that there is error, but there is no guarantee. If the trial balance is matching, there is no guarantee that there is no error. Right? Okay. Now let's look at the scenarios where errors can happen. And after this, we are going to look at the rectification of errors, right? So where the errors can happen, obviously it can happen while you are making the journal entries. Just we have done in the previous slide. The accountant has done mistake while passing the journal entries itself, isn't it? So one mistake could be there. Again, when accountant is posting the entries from the general to the individual ledger account, in that also he can commit a mistake, isn't it? But we know what are subsidiary books, so it can also happen while making entry to these subsidiary book or sub general books we have discussed in the previous class. That can also happen. The mistakes could have been done by the accountant while entering the transaction in these subsidiary books as well, right? This can also happen. And when he's doing the totaling of these special general books like the purchase book, sales book, and we have the cash book, when he's totaling the debit and credit side, na, then also he can commit a mistake. So it can also happen, right? Now, next scenario is he can do mistake while totaling the debit or credit side in the ledger account. This is where he can also make a mistake. Now, another scenario could be posting balance from the individual account, that is from the ledger account, to the trial balance as well. He can commit a mistake, right? And at last, while totaling the trial balance, we have total the trial balance, the debit side and the credit side. Na? It might happen that he commits a mistake while totaling the debit and the credit side, isn't it? Okay. But trial balance is going to tell us that mistake has been done. If the totaling is not equal, it can tell us that there has been a mistake, but trial balance is not going to help us in locating where the error has been occurred. It can't locate where the error has been occurred while posting the journal entries to the ledger, or while totaling the debit or credit entries. It can't tell us where the error has been occurred, right? So what we have done till now, we have understood about the meaning and the format of trial balance. We have discussed about the methods of preparation of trial balance. And now we are going to move ahead with the types of error. Important. Types of errors are important. And I'm going to discuss with you all the types of error with the trick how to remember which error is in which category of errors. I'm going to give you a trick as well. Don't worry about that. So we have primarily three types of errors. Okay, everyone listen to me very carefully here. This is going to be important. Three type of errors we have: error of commission, error of omission, error of principle. So there is a trick how to remember which type of error represent what. Commission, error of commission. Commission starts from C, isn't it? So error, this error represent clerical error. This error represent clerical error. Commission starts from C. Clerical error also starts from C. C for commission, C for clerical. That's how you are going to remember कि error of commission is your clerical errors. ठीक है? Everyone is clear? Now, what is omission? Very easy, as the name is suggesting. Accountant or clerk has omitted the entry. Has not done any clerical error. He has completely omitted the entry itself or a partial part of it. He has omitted it. What is the error of principle? Now this is important. Error of principle means ना कि accountants के concepts ही clear नहीं है. Whoever is doing the accounting, his concepts are not clear. He is not able to apply correct principle. Suppose you are going to give the exam. ठीक है? Suppose you have a given certain examination now for the account subject. But if your concepts are not clear and you have done the journal entry wrong, instead of debiting, I suppose your machinery account, when you have purchased the machinery, you have debited the purchase account. When you have purchased the machinery, what you should have done, you should have debited the machinery account na. But what you did, you debited the purchase account. So this is the error of principle. Not so clear about the concept. That's what we call error of principle. I'll give an example, don't worry. So error of commission is when you do something wrong as clerical mistake. Suppose you have to write the cash account, you have to debit for 110, but by mistake, your focus was somewhere else. You write it as 100 rupees. So this is a clerical mistake, right? What is error of omission? You omit something. Entry was cash account debit to sales account. You completely forgot to record it in your journal books. So this is omission, error of omission. What is error of principle? When you violate the principles of accounting, when you have recognized any capital expenditure as revenue expenditure, and when you have recognized any revenue expenditure as the capital expenditure. This is what the mistake of principle. Or I can give you another example. Okay, let's move ahead. We will have some example in the practical form. Don't worry. Now, this is the examples of error of commission, that is clerical errors. Wrong recording of transaction in general. Wrong posting of transaction. This is all. These are the examples of error of commission that are clerical errors. Wrong balancing of account. He has not able to total the debit and credit side. Wrong entry he has passed in the trial balance. Wrong totaling he has done in the trial balance, etc. So all these clerical mistakes. Suppose we have this entry. Raj Hans Traders paid rupees 25,000 to Preetpal Traders. ठीक है? So this should be the correct entry, isn't it? Preetpal account debit to cash account, very easy. We are paying 25,000 cash, so we are crediting 25,000 cash, and Preetpal is our debtor, so we are debiting it. Is it clear? Very easy. But now the accountant has done a mistake while posting this entry to the ledger account. What he did, instead of 25,000 on the debit side of Preetpal accounts, instead 25,000, he wrote only 2,500. It's a clerical error. It's the error of commission. Everybody now knows the trick now. Wherever you see the clerical error, it is going to be the error of commission. Everyone, tell me in the chat section. You know the trick now, na? Ki whenever you see the clerical error, you are going to categorize into error of commission. Everyone, tell me in the chat section. If you have any doubt, ask me. In this particular error of commission, I will repeat it. Tell me, are you clear about this clerical error or not? Everyone, I want everyone to be interactive, huh? ठीक है, वेरी गुड. So everyone is clear. Chalo, good. Okay, so I can see everyone is clear here. Nobody has any problem. Chalo, let's move ahead. So wrong debit he has done, and it is the error of commission. Now this wrong entry, this wrong debit of 2500 is going to imbalance the trial balance. Why? Because now when you are going to write the balance of this Preetpal, this balance of Preetpal, you will be writing it as 2500. And when you will be writing the balance of cash account on the credit side of the trial balance, you will be writing 25,000. So your trial balance is not going to match, isn't it? So that's how you're going to identify the error. ठीक है. Now let's talk about the principle, error of principle, and it is important as well. When the principle of accounting is not applied correctly, suppose an accountant treats an expense on the purchase of asset as the revenue expenditure, and I have given you these so many examples in the previous class. What are the capital expenditure and what are the revenue expenditure? The expenditure which are non-repetitive in nature, that are considered to be capital expenditure, and the transactions the expenditure which are repetitive in nature, they are called the revenue expenditure. So he is purchasing, company is purchasing the asset and he is treating it as a revenue expenditure. So he has applied the wrong principle. So this is the error of principle. ठीक है. So company purchased machinery worth rupees 10,000, but he has done this entry. This is absolutely incorrect. You are not going to debit the purchase account, you are going to debit the machinery account. ठीक है, everyone is clear about this. चलो, okay, so this is correct but this is incorrect. ठीक है, machinery is an asset account, not the expense account. And here it is important to note that error of principle is not going to impact the trial balance. Why? Tell me in the chat section why error of principle is not affecting or impacting the trial balance. Why? Tell me. Because, tell me the chat section. Yeah, because amount is matching. Even if he is debiting purchase account instead of the machinery account, debit amount, total of debit will remain equal. Total of debit and total of credit is going to be equal, right? That's why. Chalo, theek. Now, we have some more example, and this is one of the homework question of the previous class. ठीक है, this is one of the homework question. So wages paid for the installation of new machinery, the accountant has done what? He has debited this expense to the wages account for the installation of machinery. So what happens now whenever you purchase the machinery? So right from purchasing the machinery till it is ready to use, whatever is necessary, whatever expenses are necessary to bring that machinery to the present location and condition, to the usable location and condition, till then all the expenses are going to be the capital expenditure, are going to be recognized as the capital expenditure, and it is going to be included in the machinery account itself. It is not going to be debited to the wages account. So if wages are being paid for the installation of new machinery, so installation is necessary na, then only this machine will be useful and it will be ready to use. So it is a necessary condition. So whatever expenses has been done to bring the machinery to the usable condition, it is going to be a capital expenditure. ठीक है. So wages paid for the installation of new machinery is debited to wages account. It is incorrect. So wages for installation of machinery are treated as a part of asset, not as expense. So this is what? This is your error of principle. He has recognized the capital expenditure as the revenue expenditure. Everyone is clear about this? Yeah, everyone is clear. Okay, good. Chalo. Now let's come to the last error of omission. That is your error of accounting errors. We have the last error of omission. Now this omission has two parts: error of complete omission, error of partial omission. And what it is, let's understand this with the help of an example. Rajhans traders paid rupees 25,000 to Preetpal trader, a supplier of goods. ठीक है. Now accountant has forgot to enter it into the general book, or whatever book he is preparing basically. right? So he has forgot to write it in his books. So it is the case of error of complete omission. No part of the transaction is getting recorded. But what is this error of partial omission? Suppose Rajhan's traders paid rupees 25,000 to Preetpal, a supplier of goods. Okay, this is the general entry. Now in the cash account, in the ledger account, in the cash account, he has entered on the credit side of this cash account, he has entered the Preetpal trader as 25,000. So this entry he has done. This and this entry he has posted to the cash account, but he forgot to post this Preetpal account entry to the Preetpal trader account ledger account. So he has omitted this. So this is your partial omission. This is your partial omission. One part of the entry is omitted. Right? Clear? Very easy. Now, whenever an accountant has done the complete omission, trial balance will still be balanced, obviously, because no debit, no credit. So the total will be same. But in case of partial omission, trial balance is not going to be balanced because one ledger account now has a credit balance, but the corresponding account is not debited. So your total of debit and credit is not going to be matched. Okay, so partial omission is always going to imbalance the trial balance, right? Okay, so whatever errors we have discussed till now, so the errors that impact the trial balance and make it unbalanced, the total of debit and credit are not matching, we call them non-compensating errors. Remember this name, non-compensating. That means errors are not getting compensated with each other, trial balance are not matching. But errors that do not impact the trial balance, right? But still they are balanced. They are called compensating errors. Means there are errors, but they are not impacting the trial balance. That's why we are calling it compensating error. Because if suppose you have completely omitted a complete transaction, cash account debit to sales account, you have completely omitted this transaction. What will be the effect on total debit and total credit? No effect. That will be balanced if all other entries are correct, right? So these are called compensating errors. So most of the time what happens, key errors of partial omission is always going to be non-compensating, but error of principal is always going to be compensating. That is principal. Why? Because he has recognized the asset expenditure into the purchase account he has debited instead of debiting the asset account. But by doing so also his debit and credit are equal, therefore it is always compensating. Errors of complete omission always compensating, no effect is there on the total debit or total credit because he has omitted the complete transaction. Error of commission, see, error of commission most of the time it is non-compensating, but sometimes it can be compensating as well. Suppose there has been a clerical error by the accountant and he has basically recognized the cash account by suppose 10,000 instead of 15,000, right? So he has under debited cash account by 5,000, right? But in another transaction, what he has done, he has made another mistake, and in that mistake what he did, he over debited he over debited the cash account by 5,000. So in this mistake what he did, he under debited, and in this mistake what he did, he over debited. So these two errors have compensated with each other, so there will be no effect on the trial balance. So sometimes only error of commission may be compensating, but most of the time they will be non-compensating. Chalo, now it's your turn to answer. मेरा गला भी सूख गया. Tell me, what is the answer of this question? If credit purchase of machinery is recorded in the purchase book instead of general proper, then it is the error of what? Tell me. We have done this purchase book and general proper, huh? Don't tell me you don't know this. What are these books? These are subsidiary books. We have discussed this in the previous class. What is the error he has done? Okay. Most of you are correct. Most of you are saying Okay, this is the principal error of principal. Damini is saying it is the error of commission. Okay, let me check each one of your answers. There are so many chats. Okay, so I will tell you why it is not the error of commission and why it is error of principal. Listen to me very carefully, Damini. I think only few are wrong. Most of you are correct. See, when you have done the credit purchase of machinery, okay, when you have done the credit purchase of machinery and the accountant has entered into the purchase book, that means in the purchase book, what we do, what is the general entry in the purchase book? Purchase account debit to whatever party is there. है ना? We are purchasing something on credit basis. Suppose this is XYZ. This is the entry accountant has done, and this is the wrong entry. What should have been actually done? What should have been actually done? Actual entry should be machinery account debit to XYZ, isn't it, Damini? So now, as you can see, instead of general proper, because in the general proper, this entry should have been passed. In the general proper, this entry should have been passed. But he has entered this entry in the purchase book because it is asking you, na, it is saying you, na, ki he has entered this transaction in the purchase book. So in the purchase book, this entry happens, right? We write the purchase account debit to XYZ account, though not in this form. But I have told you in the previous class ki how you convert the purchase book into the journal entry. So this is the journal entry. Now see, he has done purchase, he has debited the purchase account instead of machinery account. So instead of recognizing it as the capital expenditure, he has recognized it as the revenue expenditure. So it is the error of principle. Now clear, everyone? Whoever whoever has done this incorrectly, everyone is clear? I want everyone to be clear. I am not going to spare anyone, huh? Each and everyone, I want that each and every one of you should be clear. Okay. ठीक है, everyone tell me, yeah, okay, very good, yeah. I'm not going to spare anyone, huh? Okay, good, chalo. Next question is that if an accountant is not able to differentiate between capital and revenue expenditure, then it is what? Is it error of principle, error of commission, error of omission? Everyone. Most of you are correct again. Aditya, it is not the error of commission. This is the principle based error. It is the error of principle. Yeah, correct, Damini. Because he has identified, uh, because he is not able to differentiate, na, what is the difference between capital and revenue expenditure? That means his concepts are not clear. How will he able to do the accounts correctly if his concepts are not clear, right? Right. So it is the error of principle, not the commission. ठीक है, clear? Only one guy has given me wrong answer, and each one of you are correct, and every rest of you are correct. ठीक है, clear? Let me. Okay, ठीक है. Every one of you are correct. Okay. Okay. Sarish is asking, sir, how will it be affected as both are expenses? See, I'm not able to get your question, but I'm able to understand your intent. So what you're asking is, what is happening here, na? Ki you don't have to see ki which type of error, if it is impacting the trial balance or not. Don't go if it is impacting the trial balance or not. Error is error. You have to identify the type of error, whether it is impacting the trial balance or not. That is not going to matter. You have to right now identify the error. So if he is not able to differentiate between capital and revenue expenditure, obviously it is the type, it is the error of principle, isn't it? Now clear? Okay, Sarish, good, very good. Okay. Mm, okay, so Aditya has a point. He's saying they are talking about him, not the company, as company might have been doing it correctly, but not the particular accountant, isn't it? See, it is the extreme case you are talking about, but what is evident from the question itself? What is the intent of the question? What intent of the question is that it is asking you about the conceptual clarity of the accountant. So if he is not able to differentiate between capital and revenue expenditure, then it is a type of, you can say, error of principle, because whenever a transaction is going to pop up in his in front of his eyes, in front of his eyes, he's going to do it wrong. That's why we are saying it is a type of error of principle. Okay? Your doubt is good. Your doubt is good. But are you getting the intent of the question, Aditya? Clear? You are, though partially correct. You are not wrong. Very good. Chalo. Let's move ahead. Now again your turn. And I want Aditya to answer in this, huh? Okay. Everyone should answer, not only Aditya. Okay. Credit sales to Rajni, rupees 5,000 is recorded in the cash book. Try to relate it with the journal entries. Okay, tell me the first answer of first question. Credit sales to Rajni. So I'll give you a hint as well. So sorry, if you have done credit sales to Rajni, what is going to be the entry? Sales account should be credited and your Rajni account should be debited, isn't it? This should be the entry, but he has recorded it into the cash book. Oh, so that means he has recorded. Yeah, so that means he's not correct in the. Okay, let me check the answer first. Most of you are correct. Most of you are correct. So it is the error of principle. He is fundamentally wrong. He is not able to identify which general book he need to choose. It is a fundamental error. Okay? I knew कि a few of you might be confused in this question, but see, look at this very carefully. He has not done this thing by mistake, right? He has not been able to identify the correct subledger he need to use, right? So it is evident from the question itself. So it is the error of principle. Tell me the answer of second question. Furniture purchased from Miss Rao Furnishing for rupees 8,000 was entered in the purchase book. Again, tell me what is the answer of second question, everyone. Right. Aditya is saying, how specifically we can judge? You can judge basically, you have to basically, you don't have any option. So just try to get the intent of the question itself, right? You are right here again. You are partially right, but in the examination, you will be given specific information. Okay? Your question is good. Okay, Aditya? Don't worry about that. But try to have a broader meaning in this. Your question is very good. Okay, so in the second question, tell me, Aditya, in the second question, what can you see here? Furniture purchased from the Miss Rao Furnishing for rupees 8,000 was entered in the purchase book. I'm waiting for Aditya's answer. Everyone has done this question correctly. Aditya, tell me what should be the answer of second question. Okay. Yeah, principle. Again, principle. Yes, error of principle. Why? Because again, instead of entering it into the journal proper, if he has basically purchased this on credit basis, instead of entering it into the journal proper, he has entered this into the purchase book. Right? Right, everyone. Prachi saying seems all are principle. Okay, Aditya, are you sure about second? Are you sure about the second transaction? I'm not going to spare anyone. Huh? If anyone has any doubt, I'm going to clear each and every doubt. Trust me. Tell me. Tell me about the third transaction. Okay. Cash sales to Radhika, rupees 15,000 was shown as receipt commission in the cash book. Now tell me what is the answer. This is not, see here, your book is not changing. Now, Aditya, you will have your clarity in this. Now, tell me what is the answer of third question. Cash sales to Radhika was shown as the receipt of commission in the cash book. Good. So it is the error of commission. Very good. So most of you are correct. Because see, now he has not changed the book itself. So we have different journal books. We have the proper journal book and we have the sub journal as well. So when you are going to work for the big company, if you are, so you will be having a different book for different type of activities. Like you have a certain a specific book for the purchase, we have a specific book for the sales, we have a specific general book for the general proper, right? So he has not changed the book, so he's fundamentally right. but by mistake he has written the by mistake he has uh, entered the commission account, right? Everyone is clear? Okay, that's good. That's good. Chalo. Next question. Cash received from Kareem, rupees 6,000, posted to Nadeem. Tell me what should be the answer? This is very easy, huh? This is very easy. Okay. Commission. Everyone. I've got approximately 15 answers. I want everyone to answer. Yeah, that's good. That's good. Everyone is saying commission. Good. Everyone is clear now. ठीक है. थोड़ा confusion हो सकता है इसमें. I admit that few confusion might be there in error of principle, but it will be clear when you practice more questions, right? Don't worry about that. Chalo. Now let's talk about the rectification of errors. ठीक है. First, we are going to talk about the compensating errors rectification. Then we are going to talk about the other thing. Okay, Intel is asking, Aditya Singh, I have understood the intent, but there should be a, yeah, exactly, there will be clarity. And for this particular class, therefore I am telling you the intent as well, so that you can identify. If I have given you complete intent na, you will not be able to identify hai na, what is happening. So I have understood intent, but there should be the clarity in the exam question. Yeah, there would be clarity in the exam itself. Don't worry about that, right? Yeah. Okay, Aditya, very good, very good. So Intel is asking me, can you re-explain the second last error? Okay, let me go to that. See what is happening here. Cash sales to Radhika, rupees 15,000 है ना? So what should be the correct entry? The correct entry should be sales account credit. ठीक है? Sales account credit. And Radhika account should be debited, isn't it? Because Radhika is our debtor. Don't worry about the amount. This should be the general entry. Now, no, just a minute. Cash sales to Radhika rupees 15,000. Okay, it is asking about the cash sales, huh? It is cash sales, huh? Question is, I think, wrong. One minute, just a minute. Yeah, it is talking about the cash sales. It should be cash account debit to sales account. Okay, Radhika. Now this is the correct entry you should have. Now, just look at this very carefully. Accountant has shown the receipt of commission in the cash book. Now, accountant has entered the entry into the cash book because it is a cash transaction. But instead of writing sales, instead of writing in the debit side of the cash book, instead of writing sales, what he has written? He has written commission by mistake. So that's how he has done. He has entered this journal entry: cash account debit to commission. Okay, he has done this thing. Cash account debit to commission. See here he has chosen the right book. He has chosen the right book. But what he has done? He has mistakenly written commission instead of sales. That's why it is error of commission. Okay, clear? Intel clear? Are you clear with the second last error? Okay, that's good. Chalo. Let's move ahead. Now let's move ahead with the rectification of error. Intel, I want answer from you, huh? Are you clear with your doubt or not? No, it is not going to be the principal error. If he has changed the book itself, if he has changed the book itself, then it is going to be the principal error, right? He has mistakenly, because inside the book he has chosen the book correctly. That means he's fundamentally right. He knew where to record this transaction in the cash book because it's a cash transaction. He knew, but instead of looking at the, see here you can see now clearly he has cash sales. There is a cash sales to Radhika. It is clearly written it is Radhika. Why it is a principal error? Instead of Radhika, he has written commission. How it is a principal error? It is clearly seen here that cash sales to Radhika. He can clearly see that there is Radhika, but he has mistakenly written the commission because there was no commission mentioned here. So how it is a principal error? He was fundamentally right. Okay, clear now? Okay, good. Chalo, let's move ahead. हाँ, बहुत टाइम लग गया इसमें. चलो, rectification of errors which do not impact the trial balance. Compensating errors we are going to discuss. ठीक है? So which basically do not impact the trial balance. ठीक है? तो मतलब trial balance are still balanced. Now, how we are going to rectify these errors? Let's look at this with the help of example. ठीक है? Okay. Yeah, Prachi, you are right. Last two question was commission based, so it will impact the TV. Don't worry. Chalo. Example are, first example says credit sales to Mohan rupees 10,000 were not recorded in the sales book. Now listen to me very carefully because we are now studying the rectification. It is going to be difficult. Okay? Credit sales to Mohan 10,000 were not recorded at all in the in the sales book. What should be the entry? What should be the entry? Credit sales, that is sales account should be credited, right? And what should we debit? Mohan account. We should debit Mohan account. So this should be the entry, but it has not been recorded, right? So you are going to rectify the entry by entering this transaction itself. You don't have to nullify anything because the accountant has omitted the complete transaction. And how you are going to rectify it? By recording the correct transaction. Easy enough, nothing very technical here. He has omitted. So you are going to basically re-enter this journal entry into your journal book. And if journal is correct, automatically ledger is going to be correct. And if ledger is correct, automatically your trial balance is going to be correct. Right? Clear? Chalo. Very good. Okay, very good. Chalo. Let's move ahead with the next question. Credit sales to Mohan 10,000. Now listen to this question. Now read out this question very carefully. Credit sales to Mohan 10,000 were recorded as rupees 1,000 in the sales book. How you are going to attempt this question? See, first you are going to write the correct entry. Credit sales to Mohan. That means Mohan account debit 10,000 to your sales account, isn't it? Okay? 10,000. This is the correct entry. This is the correct entry. But what has accounted done? He has recorded this 10,000 as 1,000. Now what he has done? He has debited Mohan account 1,000 with 1,000. He has debited credit sales to Mohan rupees 1,000 were recorded as 1,000 in the sales book. In the sales book. That means in the sales book, he has written Mohan account and he has written the amount as 1,000. Okay, Mohan account to sales account. Let me write it the complete entry. So now what you are going to do? Very easy. Very, isn't it? You have this Mohan account debit as 1,000 and sale account as 1,000. But instead, what should have been done? Okay, what should have been done? 10,000. So how much amount? How much amount he need to enter more? How much amount he need to enter more? 9,000. Very easy. Mohan account should be debited by 9,000. Let me just enter. Yeah. So Mohan account should be debited by 9,000 because 9,000 is less here. He has debited only 1,000 in the Mohan's account and it should have been 10,000. Difference is 9,000. So Mohan account would be debited by 9,000 and sales account would be debited by 9,000 because again he has credited the sales account only by 1,000. Instead, he should have done 10,000 in the sales account. Everyone is clear now? It was very easy. Let me just rub this thing. Then you will be clear, huh? These two entries clear now? Ki what is correct and what is incorrect. Thereby, you are going to see what is less debited and what is less credited, and you are going to enter your correct correct adjustment, correct rectification entry. Everyone is clear now? Yeah. Okay, everyone is clear. That's good. It was easy, huh? You will get a more difficult question in the upcoming slides. It was easy. It was easy question. Okay? Chalo, let's move ahead. So you are going to debit the account whatever has been debited short. Okay? And you are going to credit the account whatever account has been credited short. Chalo. Now next question we have is credit sales to Mohan rupees 10,000 were recorded as 12,000. Now he has over debited and over credited something. Okay? Again, let me write it down. Just focus what I'm writing here. Credit sales to Mohan. What should be the correct entry? Again, same entry. Mohan account debit 10,000 to your sales account. Okay? 10,000. So these two entries you have to pass in the exam. If you want to see what is the rectification entry. This is the correct entry. And now what is the incorrect entry? Let me write it down. What he has done, he has debited the Mohan account with 12,000 and he has credited the sales account with 12,000. Now see here very carefully. Mohan's account is over debited by 2000, isn't it? Mohan's account is over debited by 2000. So what you are going to do to correct this thing? Very easy. When Mohan's account is over debited by 2000, how you are going to nullify it? You are going to credit Mohan's account. You are going to credit Mohan's account. Listen to me very carefully, huh? It is over debited by 2000. How you are going to nullify it? The rectification entry would be, this is the wrong entry, this is the right entry. So you have to deduct 2000 from Mohan's account. How you are going to do in the accounts? It is over debited, so you are going to credit it. Mohan's account is going to gets credited by 2000, and sales account has been over credited by 2000. Over credited by 2000. So what you are going to do to get it back to the 10,000? You are going to debit this sales account by 2000. So in the accounts, that's how you minus. In the maths, you directly minus it. But in the accounts, if it has been over credited by 2000, to nullify the effect of over credit, you are going to debit it. You are going to debit it. Okay, clear? So sales account debit should be debited by 2000. चलो इसमें कोई problem किसी को? Everyone tell me in the chat section. Any problem in this question? Let me give you the answer as well. See, this is the answer we have discussed. Sales account to Mohan's account. In this particular slide, anyone has any problem, tell me. Okay, everyone is clear. That's very good, huh? Everyone, huh? I want everyone to answer me. Everyone is clear, na? There are so many candidates here. I'm not receiving. Oh, okay, huh? Now I'm receiving from everyone. Okay, good, 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 good. Chalo, very good. Let's move ahead. Chalo. Oof, very good. Chalo. Now you give me this. You give me the answer of this question from your own. Okay? Give me the answer of this question. How you are going to rectify this entry on your own. Till then, I'm going to drink water. I have started to get the answers. Very good. Do it easily. Don't worry. आराम से करो. Don't worry. Huh? This is a typical one. And let me give you the answer as well now. In this question, what is going to happen? Credit sales to Mohan 10,000 was same and was correctly recorded in the sales book as well. मतलब sales book में entry is correct. But instead of debiting the Mohan account, see, you have to write the correct entry first of all. Mohan account debit to sales account. ठीक है? 10,000. And what is the incorrect entry? It was posted to Ram's account. Oh, accountant का ध्यान ही कहीं और था. He has debited the Ram's account by 10,000. ठीक है? To sales was correct. Because see, here it is written na, कि it was correctly posted in the sales book. Sales account is correct. So here you can see correct entry. In the correct entry, sales account should be credited by 10,000. In this entry as well, this is correct. So you don't have to do anything with the sales. What do you need to do? Ram's account is over debited by 10,000. So what you need to do? You need to credit Ram's account. You need to credit Ram's account by 10,000. And as you can see, the accountant should have been debited the Mohan's account, but he hasn't done that. So you should be debiting the Mohan's account because it is the correct entry. This is the correct entry he has done. Sales account he has done correctly, but he has forgotten to debit the Mohan account. So you should be doing that, isn't it? So your Mohan account should be debited, right? This should be the entry. So I think everyone has given me the answer itself, right? Let me check. Yeah. Good. Very good. Okay, very nice. Chalo. Very nice. I'm really happy to see कि you are getting the accounts concept. And these are the advanced concept. I'm very happy to see, huh? Mohan's account to Ram's account. Good. Very good. Chalo. So you are debiting the account with short debit, which has been under debited, and you are crediting the account which is over debited. Chalo. Very good. So once the entries are corrected in the journal entries, it is automatically rectified in the ledger, and automatically it will be rectified in the trial balance as well. Okay, very good. Now, Now we have again these questions. For example, Ram contributed 100 to the business. ठीक है? Now what is happening in this particular example? Cash account should have been debited by 100 and capital account should have been credited by 100, isn't it? But while posting the entries to the ledger account, what has accountant done? He has posted rupees 10 into the debit side of cash account instead of 100. Instead of 100, what he has done? He has posted rupees 10. That means he has under debited the cash account by rupees 90. Under debited the cash account by 90. Similarly, in the capital account, he has under credited the capital account by 90, right? So you are going to credit the capital account by 90 and you are going to debit the cash account by 90. Easy enough. Same entries which we have done earlier, but right now I'm showing it to you through the ledger method, right? Easy enough. Chalo. Now it's your turn to answer me. What will be the journal entry of this particular question? We have done the journal entries in the previous class and we have revised the journal entries in this particular class as well. Tell me what should be the entry of this particular question. Goods worth rupees $2,000 returned by the Keshwani were taken into stock bill. The transaction was not recorded in the books. Goods worth rupees 2,000 returned by the Keshwani. Tell me what should be the answer. What should be the journal entry? Very easy, huh? Sumit, listen, look at the question very carefully, huh? It is saying goods worth rupees 2,000 returned. Return inwards. It has been returned by the Keshwani. And what is this returned inwards? We have sold something earlier. That is your sales return. So there is another name that is sales return. And you should remember sales return name, huh? And why it is also called return inwards? Why it is called return inwards? Because whatever we have sold earlier, that has been returned to us. So it is also called return inwards. That has been returned. Okay? It has not been sold. Goods worth rupees 2,000 has been returned by the other party. Returned. Sales return would be debited and Keshwani account obviously is going to get credited. Okay? Anyone has any problem in this question? Very good. Dhaval is correct here. And Nikita is also correct. Okay. Yeah, good. Meena is saying, no, sir. Have you got this question or should I repeat it, Meena? Tell me fast. Tell me fast because there are other students as well, na? Tell me. Okay, chalo. Next question we have is, okay, let me check the, yeah, sir, repeat please. Okay, should I repeat it? Okay, fine. See what is happening in this journal entry. Listen to me very carefully, huh? Whenever we sell anything, because someone else is also, Vikas is also saying to repeat. Whenever we sell something, na, what happens? Sale is an income, so we credit our sales. Okay, we credit our sales. Suppose 10,000. And whatever is the party to which we are selling something, that party will be our debtor because he is not paying us money. So suppose Keshwani is a debtor. Okay? Suppose this Keshwani is a debtor. So this will be the entry while we are selling goods of rupees 10,000. Now Keshwani has returned us the goods worth rupees 2,000. Now when he has returned us the goods, now he don't owe us 10,000 because he has returned goods worth rupees 2,000. Now he only owes us 8,000 rupees. And how you are going to show 8,000 as debit amount? You are going to credit the Keshwani by 2,000 because his liability is because earlier he has to pay us 10,000. Now he has to pay us only 8,000 if he is returning the goods to us. Okay? So he was earlier debtor of 10,000. Now we are going to credit his account by 2,000. Now he becomes a debtor of only 8,000. Okay, clear? Now why we are basically debiting this sales return account? Because the reverse of sale. When we are selling something, we are doing credit. When some other party is returning us the goods, we are going to reverse the entry, obviously. So we are debiting it. Now clear? Everyone is clear? Why sales return is getting debited here? Why Keshwani is getting credited here? Because Keshwani is an asset. Asset is decreasing, and I have told you whenever we decrease our asset, we credit it. That's why Keshwani is getting credited here. ठीक है? Clear? Okay, Vikas, clear? Okay. Chalo. Next question. Goods of the value worth rupees. Give me the answer of this question as well in the chat section. Goods of the value of $1,000 return to Brown. Now we are returning something, huh? Don't be in hurry. We are returning something, but omitted to record the transaction in the books of account. Tell me what should be the journal entry. Don't be in hurry. Just take it lightly, analyze the question, then give me the answer. We are returning something, huh? Okay. Purchase account should be debited. So what should we do for the purchase return? We should credit. We should credit it. And what should we debit? The party. Right? Let me check the chat section. Right. Everyone is correct. Yeah. Good. Very nice. Very nice. Everyone is correct. Good. Now you got how to do these complex transactions. Okay, very good. Brown account debit to return outwards. Return outwards means same as purchase return, huh? Because outward we are sending something outwards. Right. Very good. Chalo. Now identify the types of error again. Oh, answer is given in this. Furniture purchase from Miss Rao Furnishing for 8,000 was entered into the purchase book. This example you have already done. Purchase book by the accountant has entered into the purchase book. So he has recognized this expense as the revenue expenditure instead of capital expenditure. Okay? So it is a error of principle. And how you are going to correct it? Easy enough. We have already discussed this thing, right? So let me revise it as let me give you brief about this as well. So wrong entry is what? Purchase account debit to Rao's account because he has debited the purchase account. What should be the correct entry? Furniture account debit to 8,000. Now look at this very carefully. Rao's account is correct. Rao account is correct, but he should have debited the furniture account, but he didn't do that. So you need to enter this entry, that is furniture account debit to 8,000. Now what should be in the credit? What should be in the credit? This purchase account has been over debited by 8,000. It should not have been done. This purchase account should not have been debited by 8,000. So it is incorrect. So you have to nullify it. You have to cancel it. So you are going to credit it. Easy enough. Very easy. Chalo. Okay. Let's move to the next entries. Okay. So we have done this thing. Errors that are not going to impact the trial balance. Right? Now let's talk about the rectification of error that are going to affect the trial balance. ठीक है? Okay, I'm tired, really tired. चलो कोई नहीं. I will complete the lecture, don't worry. Correction of error in journal. How you are going to correct this entry? Ram contributed 100 to the business, right? And what has accountant done? Cash account debit 100 to capital account only 10. So he has correctly done the debit part of cash account. That is very correct. But instead of crediting the capital account by rupees 100, he has only credited rupees 10 for the capital account. Tell me what should be the rectifying entry. One thing is very easy. One thing you know for sure. The capital account should have been credited by 100, isn't it? So it has been under credited by 90 rupees. So till now, you know कि sir, the rectification entry should be capital account should be credited by 90. That you know. But the question here is what should be in the debit? What should be in the debit part? Because we have nothing that is wrong in the debit. Cash account has been correctly debited by 100. What should we enter in the debit part? That is the question. So the answer here is suspense account. Answer here is suspense account. Do we have this thing? Suspense account? Yes. Where it is? Okay. There is no. It is not written in the PPT, but you write it down here. Ki suspense account should be here. Okay. Only by doing this, cash account debit 90 to capital account 90, it is not going to work. See, the wrong sign is here. It is not going to work. Why? Because your cash account is already correct. Your cash account is already correct. So what you need to do? Let me write it again. Okay, this is the, yeah. Now you can see here clearly, suspense account should be debited and capital account should be credited by 90. Is it clear to you? When you have no account, either in the debit side or either in the credit side, what account you are going to enter? suspense account. Everyone is clear about this now? Tell me, everyone, when the suspense account is going to get entered? HP, no, cash account is not going to get debited by 90. Suspense account is going to get debited by 90. ठीक है? क्योंकि cash account is already correct ना? ठीक है? Very good. Okay. Yeah, everyone is clear. ठीक है. चलो. Okay, very good. Let's move ahead. चलो. So we have, so compensating error which we studied earlier, that we can correct by the opposite general entry. We have done that. But non-compensating error like this entry can't be corrected while doing the while by entering the opposite entry. It can't be corrected like that. So what do we do for that? We do through suspense account. We do correction through the suspense account. Okay. We have another question. Suspense like shock or surprise, Aditya Singh. So we have this question. Tell me what should be the answer of this question. Credit sales to Mohan 5,000 were posted to his account as 2,000. Only his account is incorrect. Otherwise, sale is correct. So this is the correct entry. Accountant should have passed. But what is the incorrect entry? He has passed. He has debited the Mohan account by 2,000 only, right? He has debited the Mohan's account by 2,000. So he has under debited. He has under debited the Mohan's account by 3,000. By 3,000. So what should be the correct entry? Tell me what should be the correct entry. Now you know कि Mohan's account will be debited for 3,000 for sure. That you know. But what should be in the credit? What should be in the credit? Tell me. Very good. Very good. Nice. 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 Okay. Very nice. So Mohan account debit 3,000 to suspense account 3,000. ठीक है? इन सब पे ध्यान नहीं देना. जो मैंने बोला वो ध्यान रखना बस. ठीक है? So now what is happening? कि देखो 2,000 is here in the debit balance, but in the credit balance you have 5,000. So your trial balance is not matching, and your debit side is under debited by 3,000. And how you are going to match it? You are going to match it with opening this suspense account by 3,000. I have already discussed this in the previous slide. ठीक है? Everyone is clear. Chalo. Very good. Okay. Now let's move to the next question. Now, let me see who can answer this question on his or her own. Chalo, let me know in the chat section what should be the answer of this question. Now, I'm not going to tell you the answer of this particular question. You have to tell me what is the rectification entry. Credit sales to Mohan 10,000 were posted to his account. Only his account is incorrect. Rest nothing is given. It is posted to his account as 12,000. Tell me what should be the answer. His account is over debited by 2,000, na? Over debited. Tell me what should be the answer, everyone. I have started to get the answers. Very nice. 13, 14, 15, 20, 40. Okay. I have got the around, I have got 20 answers around I have got. Let me check now. Mohan account, debit, suspense account. Okay. Yeah. Most of you are correct. Most of you are correct. Very nice. Very nice. Very nice. Good, good, good. Yeah. So what is happening here? The Mohan's account is getting over debited by 2,000. So to nullify this effect, you need to credit his account. You need to credit his account, right? And when you're going to credit his account, what you are going to enter in the debit side? Obviously, suspense account, because debit side is you're already correct. Very nice. Chalo. Very good. Very good. Okay. Let's move ahead. Ram contributed 100 to the business. We have done this thing now. Okay, chalo. This is also we have done. Okay, okay. This is another example. Credit sales to Mohan 10,000 were not posted to his account. Partial omission. Partial omission. Okay. So the Mohan's account, when Mohan's account was prepared, na Mohan's ledger account was prepared, his account was not debited by sales, and the amount has been omitted. This 10,000 has been omitted. So Mohan's account is now under debited by 10,000. So how you are going to rectify it? Obviously, if it is under debited, you need to debit it. So Mohan's account would be debited by 10,000. And what should we write in the credit side? It is saying were not posted to his account only. It is not saying anything about the sales. So sales is correct. So you need to open the suspense account, right? Okay, very good. Let me check the answer as well. This is correct. Okay, this is the case of partial omission. Okay, this is the case of partial omission. Everyone is clear about this, now? No doubt. Okay, very nice. Chalo. Next question. Credit sales to Mohan 10,000 were posted to his account as rupees 7,000. Again, easy. This we have done. Now his account has been under debited. I want everyone to answer in this question. Huh? We have done the case of over debited. This is the case of under debit. Tell me what should be the answer. Very easy. His account has been under debited by 7,000. What should we do? We should debit his account, isn't it? Tell me, tell me, tell me. Everyone, everyone. Yeah, now you are getting fast. Now you have good practice, right? Right, very nice. Everyone is correct here. Okay, everyone is correct. Very nice, very nice. Very, very good, everyone. Very good. Okay, everyone is correct. Chalo. You have done this thing correctly. Ki Mohan account is under debited, so you need to debit this Mohan's account and suspend account would be credited. Very nice. Chalo. Now let's turn to the MCQs part, and you have to answer me again in this question. Okay? In these two question, and then we will be having the homework question. I'm really proud to see you all. Ki you are doing a great job, huh? In understanding the concepts of trial balance, journal, ledger. Now, till third class, if you are very clear, na, rest of the class, that is income statement and balance sheet, becomes easy for you because you need to use the trial balance only to make the income statement. Okay, and plus the balance sheet as well. You are going to use the trial balance only. Okay, chalo, let's move to the MCQs part. What is the first MCQ we have? Which one of the following statement is true about the trial balance? It is book containing different accounts of an entity. Okay? It is a statement containing balances of debtors of an entity. It is a statement containing balance of debtors and creditors of the entity. It is a statement containing various ledger balances of an entity on a particular date. What should be answer for the first MCQ? Tell me, everyone. Yeah, HP, I'm going to explain yesterday's question as well. Don't worry. First, give me the answer of this question. Everyone is correct, right? Okay, one person is saying C. Okay. Why, Raja? Why it should be C? Tell me. Why you are saying it is C? Or you have mistyped it? You have done the clerical mistake. Or have you done the principal mistake? Why it should be C? Tell me. It should not be C, it should be D. Right? Because trial balance contains all the ledger account balances, not only the balances of debtors and creditors, all the ledger account balances. ठीक है? All the ledger account. Yeah. Okay. Very nice. Chalo. Next question. Give me the answer of this question. Is the total of debit and credit side of trial balance the same? What type of question is this? Okay. I have started to get the answers. Tell me what should be the answer. Everyone. Everyone. Okay. Everyone is saying B. The answer is A. Acha, tell me why they are always going to match. We are discussing the errors. We are discussing the errors. है ना? There are sometimes they are not going to match. Is the total of debit and credit side of trial balance the same always? Always. No, they are not going to match always. There are few errors as well. But sir, it is not a good reason. Na? Yeah, this question is incorrect. Whoever has prepared this PPT, this question was already there in the PPT, right? So just avoid this question. I would say this question is not very appropriate. This is not the good reason. Yeah, it should have been there. There are sometimes mistakes why they differ. Then it should have been A, right? Very good, Prachi. Very good. I'm really proud to see. Yeah, idealistically, it should be option B. I agree with you. See, this this PPT has been prepared by someone else. Okay, I have reviewed this PPT, but sometimes MCQs get skipped, right? From me as well. I'm a human, right? Okay, that's very good. You have identified here idealistically, and I agree with you totally. It should be. That's why when I have read this question, I have told you what kind of question is this, right? Okay, that's very good. Idealistically, it should be B. Okay, chalo. I thought कि MCQ would be correct ना इसलिए omit कर दिया. Okay, Kalyani is saying commission errors happen, sir. It's fine. Yeah, okay. You guys are too funny, huh? Chalo. Let's move ahead with the third question. Rent expenses were charged to the books of accounts for 11 months, but it was not charged in the 12 month, but it should have been done, right? So which type of error is this? It has actually been asked in the examination. What should be the answer of this question? See, try to understand if the accountant's concept was not clear on was not clear or it was clear. He has to charge the 12 months, right? Even if he has not received the cash, he should be recognizing all of the financial year rent expense. Okay, so what should be the error? Is it the conceptual mistake or is it the omission? Okay, so it should be the case of omission. Very good. So most of you are correct, but few, one or two or three are incorrect because I have confused them with the 12 months or 11th, right? See, he has omitted the complete 12th month entry itself. So he should be charging the transaction each month, isn't it? He should be charging. See, I'll give you an example. Suppose this is the entry, rent account debit to cash account, and he should be charging, he should be entering this entry each month in his accounts book. But suppose for the July month, suppose for the July month he forgot to enter this transaction into his general book. What should be the entry? It should be the case of error of omission. Okay, everyone is clear. Everyone is clear in this question. I want everyone to be clear in this question. Huh? This is the actual question that has been asked. Everyone. Not everyone is saying yes. Okay, chalo, theek hai. This is the case of omission. In fact, it is the case of complete omission because he has missed the complete transaction. Okay? Though it has been written that it has not been charged in the 12 month, but you need to know this 12 month could be anything, right? And he has skipped the complete transaction, and skipping is the case of omission itself, right? It is not the case of commission, or it is not the case of principal, and other option you can easily eliminate. Okay? Chalo. Yeah, good. Okay. Right, Aditya, very right. Very good. Principally correct. He is principally correct, but he has forgot to enter the 12 month rent charges. Okay. Chalo, this is the homework question you have, and it has three questions, not one. It has three questions, huh? Rectify the following errors by giving journal entries in all these three cases. You have three cases. Cash sales were rupees 16,000. And after this question, now I'm going to discuss the homework question of the previous class. That is the second class, because someone was asking me to describe that as well. So cash sales were rupees 16,000, and it was not posted to sales account. Listen to this very carefully. It was not posted to sales account. Were posted as 6,000 in the sales account. Okay, nothing is said about the cash. It is only talking about the sales account. Were not posted to the sales account, were posted as 6,000 in the sales account, and were posted to the commission account. Okay, okay. Tell me the answer in the chat section, and whoever is watching it in the YouTube, you have to answer this thing in the comment section, and I will let you know if you are correct or not. For them who are watching it in the Zoom live, tell me what should be the answer of this question first of all. It is not posted. It is not posted to the sales account. Tell me what should be the answer. Everyone, I want everyone to answer. Huh? Yeah, Nikita is correct, but I'm not going to read out the answer. I want to see each and everyone's answer. In the first, tell me, it is not posted to sales account. There is nothing written about the cash. Now I have started to get the answers. Few are correct, but few are incorrect. No, I'm not asking about the it is error of omission or error of commission. I'm asking what should be the general entry in all these three cases. Yeah, Prachi correct. Yeah, Sarish correct. Dhaval correct. Okay, good. And few of you are incorrect. Raja, it should not be cash account debited to 16,000. Why? See, this is the same question we have discussed in the class. It is written that cash sales has been done of rupees 16,000, and question is saying were not posted to sales account. Sales account is your ledger account. Now listen to me very carefully. I'm going to give you the answer of this question, but not the last two one. It is not posted to the sales account, okay? Onto the credit side. This is the format of ledger account. Now it is nowhere written that cash account is incorrect. It is posted to the cash account. It is posted to the cash account as 16,000, but it is omitted by the accountant and he has forgot to enter it into the sales account. It is the case of partial omission. That's correct. But how you are going to rectify this error? Obviously, it is undercredited. Sales account is undercredited, isn't it? He has not posted this entry into the ledger account, and from this ledger account only, you are going to prepare the trial balance. From this ledger account only, you are going to prepare the trial balance. So see, so he has undercredited this sales account, right? So he has to now credit this sales account. And if you have nothing to debit, everything in the debit is correct. What you are going to debit? You are going to debit the suspense account. Most of you are correct. I'm really happy to see this. Most of you are correct. Good. Chalo. I'm not going to give you the answer of second question and third question. You have to give me the answer of this question, or we are going to discuss this in the next class. Okay? Easy enough. They are also easy. Were posted as rupees 6,000 in the sales account. Again, only talking about the sales account. Very easy. Sales account has been undercredited. I have given you the hint. That's it. Were posted to the commission account. This is important. Now sales account has been omitted. That is correct. But instead of sales account, instead of creating the sales account, he has created accountant has created the commission account. Okay. Now you have to give me the answer in the comment section in the YouTube. I'm not going to check the chat section right now. Okay. Chalo. Now I think this is the last homework question we have. Now whatever question you have with regard to the previous lectures, with regard to the present lecture, with regard to the first lecture, you can ask me in the chat section. But before that, what you need to do, you need to give me the email, and I'm going to provide you the email as well. hello@edutap.co.in. So have you enjoyed the live class or not? Was it helpful or not? And have you enjoyed the learning process in this particular live class, third live class or not? Give me the feedback in this. And after giving me the feedback in the email, just open the email section in the background. After giving me the feedback and write the subject as SEBI live class. Okay. So after giving the feedback, just write in the chat section. Then we are going to discuss about the doubts of the previous class and the first class as well, and this class as well. Don't worry. Just write yes after giving me the feedback. See, you need to enjoy the process of learning. Don't take too much pressure. Don't take too much stress. Okay, you should be enjoying your learning process. That is the basic principle of learning. And when you enjoy the learning process, you are always going to be very productive in this case. Okay. So give me the feedback in the email ID I have provided you. Everyone has got the email ID, na? Yes. So give me the feedback by just copy pasting this email ID in your Gmail account. And when you have done this thing, just write yes in the chat section. Okay, everyone. Then I'm going to take your doubts. Okay, I've started to get the doubts as well. Okay, just write the yes in the chat section. Okay, everyone. I want everyone to give me the feedback. I will not spare any doubt and I will not spare any yes. ठीक है? Okay, doubt. I have started to get the doubts as well. Okay, one by one, I'm going to take the doubts. Don't worry, I'm going to take all of your doubts, huh? Tell me, have you given the feedback? Oh, so many lengthy doubts. Okay, I have got one yes. And the rest of the people, what are you doing? Aditya saying, thanks, sir, for today. You have to write it in the email. Ki what you did you enjoy the class or not? Just write one or two sentences. Na, it is very easy. Or three sentence or four sentence, whatever you like. The what happens after the feedback? Na, I get to know ki where what I need to include more. So what you like more, है ना? About the class. Did you enjoy the class or not? Okay. Chalo, let me take the okay, everyone is saying done. Okay, chalo. Let me take the doubts one by one now. Okay, chalo. First doubt is of uh, Akshay. Okay, doubt saying, please explain the journal entry of goods costing rupees 1500 given as charity. Very good question. Okay, so goods. See see everyone. I want everyone to focus here. This is the good question, huh? Goods costing rupees 1500 or 15,000 given as charity. Now see, when you have purchased the goods, you are going to debit your purchase account, isn't it? When you have purchased the goods, you are going to debit your purchase account. Now you have given your goods. Now you have given your goods as charity. So you are going to reverse your transaction. First, earlier you used to debit your purchase account. Now you are going to credit your purchase account. Everyone is clear? When you are giving your when you are giving goods as a charity, you're not selling it. Now if you are selling it, you're going to credit your sales, but now you are doing it for free. You are basically giving it as a charity. So then you have to credit your purchase account, the reverse, because you are decreasing your asset. Why we are crediting the purchase account? Because your assets are decreasing. That's why you are crediting your purchase. Okay, and what should be in the debit? What should be in the debit account? Goods given for charity account, right? That is easy. Okay, Akshay, your doubt is clear. कि why we are creating purchase account? Because what is happening here? See, purchase account is an expense account. In that sense, also you can analyze this thing. कि purchase account is an expense account. ठीक है? And whenever you purchase something, you debit it, isn't it? But now what you are doing, you are giving your now you are giving your this goods for free. So you have to reverse your entry. You have to reverse your entry. ठीक है? Clear? Okay, I have Akshay, are you clear or not? Then I will move to the next doubt. Okay, Akshay is clear. Okay, next doubt is uh, Prachi saying, sir, I don't have the commerce background, but understand the concepts. Okay, that's very good. However, it is difficult for me to answer quickly. Don't worry about answering it quickly, huh? With time when you are going to practice na, you will be very efficient. The important thing here is that you are being able to understand the concept. That is very important. Whoever is from the commerce background na, they are able to catch the concept very fast and they are going to apply that concept very fast because they have already done so. But you are new to the commerce. But if you are able to understand the concept, that is important. With time you will be able to answer quickly as well. Don't worry about that, right? So the question is how it is difficult for me to answer quickly as I am taking time in thinking which account does the entry belong to. Don't worry about that. It comes with practice. It happens with me as well na, when I was studying the accounts in my college or school time. Obviously it happens with everyone, but with time you will be proficient and efficient enough. Okay, don't worry. Don't worry, Prachi. Okay, your doubt is clear. Okay. Now, next doubt is Dhaval is asking, sir, can you please tell me the difference between journal, subsidiary book, ledger, and sub ledger? Okay. So let me give you the example. Okay. See, here we have the journal book. In the journal book, what we do, suppose there is a small business. Okay? Suppose there is a small business, and this business has to enter all the transactions in one place. So that will be called the journal book. Now, the organization is very big. So organization has appointed one person to enter all the purchase transaction in his book, another person to enter all the same transaction is in his book, and all the cash transaction, the cash transactions responsibility is given to another person. Now when this general book has been subdivided, this is what we call subsidiary books. This is what we call subsidiary books. Okay, now clear, Dhaval? And ledger is easy. Ledger is very easy. See, ledger is basically summarizing. Ledger is basically summarizing these these whatever transaction you have in the general book or in the subsidiary book. You are summarizing it at one place. All the transaction of suppose purchase. So purchase transaction would be in the cash book as well, and purchase transaction would be in the purchase book as well. This is clear to you, na? For the subsidiary book, when you are going to purchase something for cash, that will be entered in the cash book, but when you are going to purchase something for in credit, then it will be in the purchase book. So now you have the purchase transaction in the cash book as well and in the purchase book as well. Now you need to summarize all the purchase transaction in one place. That's why you use ledger account. Clear? Okay, clear. That's how you summarize all the transaction related to the purchase in one place, in one account, by entering it into the debit or credit side, whatever is the transaction. Okay, chalo, okay, clear. The whole is clear. Now we have entry related to discount given and received. Very easy, na? See, Nikita, when you have given the discount, tell me, when you are giving someone discount, what it is? It is a benefit or it is a loss? Tell me. You tell me, when you are giving discount to someone, is it a benefit, or I can say, is it an income or is it a loss? Tell me. Obviously it is a loss. And what we have studied in the class, in the previous class, whatever expenses are there, that is going to be debited. Easy enough? Clear? Okay. Okay, so and when we have received the discount, from someone, then what we are going to do? We are basically generating indirect income, right? So that is benefit for us. And whenever we generate income, any income through the discount as well. So what we are going to do? We are going to credit it. Okay. Okay. Vijay is asking, sir, how to analyze quizzes? Should I make points of wrong answer? Please suggest. Mm, See, you are making notes, I guess. See, first of all, what you need to do, you need to go through this PDF as well. Huh? Whatever I'm giving you in the live classes, whatever PDF you are getting through the team, na, you need to study this PDF only. Huh? Whatever I'm teaching in the live class, you need to revise it multiple, one or two times. Okay? And after this, if you are doing the quizzes wrong, any question you have done wrong, so whatever is the underlying concept for that particular question, you need to revisit it from the PDF itself, or from the notes you have prepared from this PDF only. So by that way, you are going to basically revise your concept, the wrong concept, what you have applied in the question multiple times. So that's way you are going to basically build your connection. From looking at the question, you are going to build shortcut how to get to the underlying concept effectively and efficiently as well. Okay, so you don't need to make points of wrong answer. You just need to revise your concept multiple times. Every time you are doing anything incorrectly, just go to the details of underlying concept of that question, and you need to revise it multiple times. So in by doing so, when again you are going to encounter that type of question, you will be right. You will be right after that, right? Okay. Okay, I'm really tired. What is carriage inward and what is carriage outward? See, whenever you are ordering something, inward, whenever you are ordering something, so whatever expense you are paying, okay, suppose you are ordering something from foreign country, so you will be giving some transportation cost now, that is carriage inwards. What is carriage outwards? Very easy, opposite of it. Whenever you are selling something, you have to give the if you have to pay the transportation cost, that is your carriage outwards. Okay, everyone is clear? Okay. Now HP is asking, sir, yesterday's homework question. Okay. Yesterday, what was the homework question? What was the yesterday's homework question? Should I check it? Tell me in the chat section what is the yesterday's homework question, because I have answered so many queries na ki I forgot what is the yesterday's question. Should I check it in the YouTube? Can anyone tell me? Tell me. Anyone can tell me what is the yesterday's question? Please tell me what is the. I'm not able to find the question. Huh? What was the yesterday's question? Are fast. No one knows the yesterday's question, and everyone is asking to tell me the wages paid to repairing machinery. Okay. See, uh, this is if you have paid wages to install machinery, not repair machinery. I think it is install machinery. Yeah, it is when you have paid wages to install the machinery. I have told you in this class only. मैं हिंदी बता देता हूँ. जब हम कोई मशीनरी खरीदते हैं, जब तक वो यूजेबल कंडीशन में ना आ जाए, प्रेजेंट लोकेशन में ना आ जाए और प्रेजेंट यूजेबल कंडीशन में ना आ जाए, तब तक उसके जितने भी एक्सपेंसेस होंगे, वो सारे के सारे कैपिटल एक्सपेंडिचर माने जाएंगे. मतलब कि वो सारे की सारी एक्सपेंसेस मशीनरी अकाउंट में ही हम काउंट करेंगे. So your answer is machinery account should be debited in case of wages paid to installation of that machinery. क्योंकि हमें मशीनरी को जब तक यूजेबल कंडीशन में नहीं लाएंगे, तब तक उसमें जितने एक्सपेंस होंगे सारे के सारे मशीनरी अकाउंट में ही डालना है हमको. दिस इज द मीनिंग. ठीक है. एचपी इज क्लियर. नाउ धवल इज आस्किंग मी yes, and sub ledger basically is the classification of ledger. Dhaval, are you there? Sub ledger is the classification of ledger. So basically, ledger is providing you the summarized part, isn't it? The summarized part. I'll give you an example. Okay, let me see if you. So let's suppose you are here. Okay. So let me give an example. Suppose any party Nikita is there. Okay. Any party Nikita is there. In the ledger account, you are only going to provide the debit and credit entries that has been related to the Nikita. Okay. In the sub ledger, you are going to provide more details for each and every transaction. That is what your sub ledger is. Sub ledger is basically the description of the ledger you are preparing. But sometimes what happens na, in the accountancy, कि you call basically in the ledger you prepare ledger like this as well. Suppose you are preparing the ledger account of creditors together. Sometimes it happens you prepare the creditors ledger together, right? In which you won't give the explanation of each and every account, so that you provide in the sub ledger. But sub ledger is not very important from the examination point of view and from the practice point of view as well. I'm telling you, I'm telling you from the practical practice point of view as well. Because when I used to prepare the accounts, we used to do general accounting, general entries in the general book, or we used to prepare the subsidiary books, separate book for cash book, separate book for purchase book, and we used to prepare the ledger account. We don't used to prepare the sub ledgers. Okay. Okay. So iPad is saying, सर रिपीट रिपेयर दिया तो वेजेस. हाँ, अगर रिपेयर दिया है तो वेजेस डेबिट होगा. वेरी गुड क्वेश्चन. अगर रिपेयर दिया है, सी रिपेयर कब होता है? अगर हमने सेकेंड हैंड मशीनरी खरीदी तो नहीं, लेकिन हमने नई मशीनरी खरीदी, इंस्टॉल कर दिया, अगले साल हमने इसको, मतलब इसी साल हमने बीच में इसको रिपेयर कर दिया, तो ठीक है. फिर तो वो रिकरिंग एक्सपेंस है ना, फिर वो कैपिटल एक्सपेंडिचर में नहीं जाएगा, फिर वो वेजेस में ही जाएगा. दैट इज अ वेरी गुड क्वेश्चन. ठीक है. वेरी गुड. चलो, एवरीवन इज क्लियर नाउ. सबने फीडबैक दे दिया ना? आई विल बी वेटिंग फॉर द फीडबैक. हाँ, चलो. ओके ओके. एनीवन हैज एनी डाउट? एनी अदर डाउट? नो डाउट. चलो. और यूट्यूब, फॉर द यूट्यूब कैंडिडेट्स, whoever has not purchased this course, you should do right now, because we are not providing any other lecture for free from now onwards for the SEBI Grade A crash course. ठीक है. Okay, so I'm going to stop sharing the screen with you, and I will be waiting for the each and every feedback. How much you have enjoyed this class? So I want to know everything from you in the email ID I have provided you. ठीक है. So I am going to end this meeting now, everyone. I am ending this meeting now. ठीक है. Thank